Good morning on a dark Monday morning as we near Thanksgiving weekend. So I'm going to do a little follow-up for you on Father Hans's homily over the weekend based on Matthew 25 and the great judgment, separating the sheep from the goats, reminding us that whatever we do for those most vulnerable, the least of our brothers and sisters, we are actually doing to Jesus himself. So I have a story for you today. I think Monday morning is a good story day, so I'm going to read this for you. It's called An Irish Legend. Once there was a time, according to legend, when Ireland was ruled by kings and the reigning kings had no sons. So he sent out his couriers to post signs on the trees in all the towns of his kingdom. The signs advised that every qualified young man should apply for an interview with the king as a possible successor to the throne. However, all such applicants must have these two qualifications. They must, number one, love God, and number two, love their fellow human beings. The young man about whom this legend centers saw the signs and reflected that he indeed loved God and his fellow human beings. However, he was so poor that he had no clothes that would be presentable in the sight of the king, nor did he have the means to buy provisions for the journey to the castle. So he begged and borrowed until at last he had enough money for the appropriate clothes and the necessary provisions. Eventually he set out for the castle and had almost completed his journey when he came upon a poor beggar by the side of the road. The beggar sat trembling, clad only in rags. His extended arms pleaded for help. His weak voice quietly asked, "I'm hungry and I'm cold. Would you please help me?" The young man was so moved by the need of the poor beggar that he immediately stripped off his new clothes and put on the rags of the beggar. Without a second thought, he gave the beggar all his provisions. And then, somewhat uncertainly, he proceeded to the castle in the rags of the beggar, and without any provision for his journey home. Upon his arrival at the castle, an attendant to the king showed him in. After a long wait, he was finally admitted to the throne room of the king. The young man bowed low before his king. When he raised his eyes, he was filled with astonishment. You were the beggar by the side of the road." "Yes," replied the king, "I was that beggar." "But you are not really a beggar. You are really the king." "Yes, I am really the king." "Why did you do this to me?" the young man asked. "Because I had to find out if you really love God and your fellow human beings. I knew that if I came to you as king, you would have been very impressed by my crown of gold and my regal robes. You would have done anything I asked because of my kingly appearance. But that way I would have never known what is really in your heart. So I came to you as a beggar, with no claims on you except for the love of your heart. And I have found out that you truly do love God and your fellow human beings. You will be my successor. You will have my kingdom." Happy Monday, everyone. God bless you. Let's look for all those hidden ways that Jesus continues to appear to each of us and to our world.